fall outside, we would be outside going forward. It feels amazing out here. Good morning. We finally made it. Hi, friends. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Hey, Danae, I need to come see you because I need the full size of my products. I like you transforming little engine body. Now, come on now. Come on, friend. You coming on in here with the shenanigans bright and early. Good morning. Good morning. Little engine. Somebody said they liking how your body looking now. Who is these people? Hoppo. Who is this woman? Little engine. You know who I'm talking to you. Little engine. The peoples is liking how you looking. Who is this woman? Good morning. Need you tell me. Send me a DM and tell me. Good morning, friends. How y'all doing? Yeah. Good morning. Okay. Clean it up. Clean it up. I'm trying to see what's going on. Yeah, I've been feeling my skin has been doing really good. Like it kind of went through a bringing things to the surface phase, and then it started to clear up. So I've been liking it. I've been feeling a little greasy, but I've been liking it thus far. Good morning, friends. Y'all know how we gonna start. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? And y'all spirits? It feels like it's officially fall outside. It is my time. Summer is over for the people who love summer. God bless. God bless. It ain't for me. Because I know you had to clear that. Clear me up, honey. Clear me up. Because I was like, you be looking at a friend body? My God. How are we? How are we doing? I'm going to tell y'all how I'm doing, okay? So we went to Miami last week. Got back from Miami. When I tell you, I had to take Monday off. I was 100% absolutely socially done, exhausted. I was off the cliff. That this crisp air, listen, it's so nice outside. If you are not outside, let's just touch and agree. That Mondays at 9, not Mondays, Fridays at 9, we just gonna be outside. It feels so good. It feels amazing. It is amazing out here. Miami, yeah, I had to, Miami was fun and all that good stuff, but wore me out, okay? It wore me out. Came back, couldn't go to work. I was tired. Hey, friend, happy Friday, y'all. I was done. I had to I said, there's no way I can go into this gym and say good morning to anybody. I have no good mornings. I have no hellos in me. I have nothing. It took me 2 days to get right. I'm trying to tell you, y'all, I'm old. I don't know what the age range of y'all is, but when you over 30, it's like drinking's not the same. Drinking is not the same. Okay? Drinking is not the same. I used to be able to drink people under the table. Shots, sure. Drinks, sure. I was in Miami like, oh. I got on that plane to come home. I said, there is no way. God did not mean this for me. I was through, done. Ran over. So how y'all felt this week? Because I'm 38 and it takes 5 to 7 business days. You are correct. I'm 33. I ain't far behind. I was like, there's no way. How do people party like this? How y'all party like this? How y'all drink, get lit like this? I don't understand. Good morning. I'm adulting and whatnot. Car won't start. Need the oil change. Ooh, child. You need to fix it. Fix it, Ash. Fix it. But yeah, man, I can't drink with y'all no more. Coffee and water. That's all I got. Or if I have a weekend, don't look for me in a month. Had to get away right quick. I'm grounded. Yes. I'm getting away next week, and I'm super excited about it. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this. We're going to be on our way. I think we should be dead. Good morning, good morning. But how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Wine and water. See, I can't even. I like port wine too. But port wine, y'all drink port wine. If you do not drink port wine, go get you some this weekend. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. Port wine is amazing, but you're going to be lit. You're going to be all the way lit. Hey, Lan, how you doing? We miss you, Lan. So I guess you'll be coming back sometime soon. Damisha. Look at Damisha entering the chat. Okay. How y'all doing, friends? Because I said we was going to come on to the internet last week and talk about communication. But something else was more urgent. But how y'all doing? Before I tell y'all don't know how to communicate, I'm going to ask y'all how y'all doing first. How y'all doing? In your spirit, in your soul, in your heart, in your mind. How are you? Hey now, how you doing? How are we? We checking in first. We checking in before I tell y'all can't communicate. There's too many grown people that don't know how to communicate. So we're going to talk about it. We talk about it all the time. We're going to talk about it ahead of time. Absolutely miss y'all too. I'll be back ASAP. Come back when you're ready. How y'all doing? Before I tell y'all don't know how to communicate, I want to love on y'all first. Okay? But love on y'all first. Happy Friday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sleepy still correct. That's me too. I'm sleepy too. Perfect topic in this. You know. And I read something. Hold on, perfect topic. I'm feeling good. Just finished meditating and now I'm journaling while listening to you. Girl, you living your best life, okay? You doing real good, friend. I'm proud of you. You doing love us, yes. I'm gonna love on y'all first, and then I'm gonna, take your edges a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Good morning, Bussy. I did not send you the picture of the shirt. I did not send you the picture of the shirt, okay? But I'm gonna do it at some point today. First thing. It's so amazing outside. It feels so good. It feels so good. If you're not outside, get outside. All right, so y'all not telling me how y'all doing, so I'm gonna just start here. Okay. Because it boggles me. It bothers me down in my spirit that grown people have so many issues with communicating. It bothers me in my spirit. So we're gonna have to talk about it again. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me be great. I'm emotional today and feel as though something is off. Trying to stay in tune with my surroundings. Yeah, you got to. You got to. Especially for feelers, for water signs. Y'all gonna feel all the time. Some people just feel all the time. So as long as you have a process to like release yourself from your feelings, because sometimes it don't be that deep. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. Like sometimes you just gotta let the feelings flow from you and don't hold on to them. And don't let them hold on to you. Okay? But let me get to this here communication piece, okay? First thing about boundaries, okay? First thing about boundaries that I need y'all to understand. Don't try to hold somebody responsible for respecting a boundary that you have not communicated, okay? If you have not communicated your boundaries, okay? Yes, that's me. I'm a Cancer. Retrograde is here, so things are definitely going to feel off. Yeah, and this before I get to boundaries that we don't communicate, Mercury retrograde for me, I know a lot of the time Mercury retrograde scares us, but it's actually a really can be a very good time if you know how to utilize the time right. If you know how to pause, you know what not to do and what to do, what to pay attention to, primarily yourself and your surroundings. Like Mercury retrograde is it can be a breeze. I've been chilling, they've been bothering me because I know what to watch for, how to get in front of it, whatever the case may be. But back to my point, listen to me, because these therapists are on the internet and they're telling us about all these great things, and we make these things into something else. Okay, first and foremost, boundaries are not an ultimatum that you give people. We talked about this one other week, but we need to run it back because I keep running into grown people who, one, If I have something that I don't like and I don't tell people that I don't like it, how am I, where, I guess this is my question, where am I finding the room, the space, the audacity, the gall, whatever adjective fits? Like, where am I finding that to be upset with people when they cross a line that they don't know that they're crossing? I want to understand that. I want to understand. You have not communicated a boundary, and then you find people's behavior problematic. It don't math. It doesn't make sense to me. Lately, my social media has been off the limit. I feel myself retreating into my home and spending majority of my time here because I don't have anything else to give to people. Absolutely. And you, Damisha, you is a social butterfly, okay? I watch you in awe because I'm like, how does she do that? How does she do it? How she talk to so many people all the time? I'd be tired. I say hello to one person and I'd be exhausted. So I'd be like, Dom is great. Like, how does she do this? I don't understand. Vivid dreams all week. I finally started a dream journal, even if they don't make sense to me. Absolutely. But again, back to these boundaries. How are you mad at people when they cross a line when you have not communicated? And then, other thing about boundaries, why y'all out here using these? It's like, how are y'all weaponizing boundaries? How are we using boundaries as a means of, to me, boundaries are what are supposed to keep us connected to people, not to separate us from people. So how are we using boundaries as a weapon and as ultimatums? And then we're painting them as a boundary. It's not a boundary. Ultimatums are not boundaries. You can't use boundaries as a way to get people to do what you want them to do. Those are two separate things. And a lot of us, when it comes to communication, we don't understand shit because we don't understand what things really mean. We want to give something its own definition. And I think nuance is extremely important. What something means to you, yes, you need to have a clear understanding. But we got to start operating within what shit really means and start giving the whole new definition. Boundary is not an ultimatum. Ooh, child. Mental health has become trendy. So many people trying to put into practice strategies they get from 60-second clips. And I think that's a really important thing. And that's why I said, because mental health professionals are on social media, which I think is great because you're able to access information that you normally wouldn't be able to get unless you were in therapy. I think that that's fantastic. But what happens is, I'm on the internet, my ego is encountering this information. My ego encounters boundaries, and I morph boundaries into ultimatums. Does that make sense? My ego encounters information about gaslighting, and then I will go out and paint pictures about how people are gaslighting me, and I'm actually the gaslighter. I have the lighter. I have everything in my possession, and I'm burning shit up, but I want to paint everyone else as a gaslighter. And then we over diagnose, right? Everybody is a narcissist. Everybody is toxic. Everybody is problematic. The whole world is a problem. Everybody's a problem. Everybody has a diagnosis. We so quick to say somebody's this person is toxic, girl. I don't have. This person is a narcissist. Do you even know what that is? Do you know that's a whole diagnosis? Do you know that? That's a real diagnosis. Somebody being dysfunctional, somebody doing something that you don't like, somebody, whatever the case may be. You can't, we all doctors. I didn't know. We all doctors. We all therapists, and I did not know that. I didn't know that. The internet is full of doctors. Because we got the answer for every damn thing except ourselves. We ready to diagnose somebody else, but we won't acknowledge our own shit. I don't understand. I feel like people know what they do without certain boundaries. People know what they do. I don't know what you mean. Give me more. This is manipulation, not boundaries. Exactly. That is manipulation. And like I told y'all before, human beings are way easier, way better at manipulation than we think. Manipulation is so easy. Some of y'all being manipulated right now, you don't even know. Some of y'all are being manipulated right now and do not know. Human beings have an inclination towards that. You're being manipulated, or you might be a manipulator. Absolutely. Oh man, oh God, oh man, that brings me back to something. All right, cool. First thing, boundaries. You need to make sure that you communicate your boundaries, and you need to make sure that your boundaries are about you and not about somebody else's behavior. Your boundaries are about maintaining yourself, your peace, your joy, whatever it is that's keeping you centered, keep you full, keep you whole. Your boundaries are meant to keep that a priority and not to get something else out of other people. Okay? We understand that? Okay, cool. Because I want to move on to another topic. And I feel like this is where manipulators come in. I don't know about y'all, but have y'all ever dealt with somebody who's passive aggressive? Do we know what that is? Passive aggressive people. Do we know what that is? We're gonna have to take a couple of minutes right here and chat about them, since we're talking about, since friend, free spirit, peaceful heart. I love your name, friend, because that is accurate. She brought up manipulation. So we're gonna talk about passive aggressive people. Have y'all dealt with passive aggressive people? I think the issue is people are always so quick to point the finger and never look inward. It's always the other person. Absolutely. Of course. We all have become a therapist. Girl, we are all trying to therapize people. Is that a word? I just made that up. I don't think I did, but I think that's a real word. We all trying to diagnose. We trying to tell other people what their damn issues are, but we won't acknowledge our own. We won't acknowledge our own. Child. Girl, I'm tired of hearing everybody's a narcissist. Me too. Because people might exhibit some of the tendencies, but it doesn't mean that someone is a narcissist. That's very real. Like, it's very, very, very real. And it's most of the time when we say it, we don't even have a clear understanding of what it means for real. And this is the problem. This is the problem. We done gave it our own definition. We don't know what shit mean, and we're running with our own definitions of things and wonder why we don't understand other people and they don't understand us. We don't even know what shit mean. Words mean when we use them. Oh, child. But passive aggressive people, common sense is not so common. It's not mirror, so look at the situation, go inward. Please don't want to see the negative in themselves, but quick to point out someone else. Okay. Meaning when people do things that they know will hurt you on the side, then come back afterwards and like things are just fine. I mean, friend, Brenda Goodwine. When you set that boundary up front and you tell people what is and is not okay, what supports your peace, your joy, your fullness, and what doesn't, it's up to you for you to vet people's behavior. It doesn't matter what people come on the back end with. You pay attention to what's done in the front. What's done in the front? What did you see? What did you see? And one big thing about communication, because this is where a lot of us miss this step. We miss a clarifying step, right? Because sometimes when we perceive other people's behavior, it could be off. So what I practice is, you know what? I wanted to come to you. I wanted to sit you down and talk to you about something. Let me tell you what I see, and not blame and shame. We sit there, because that's a whole nother topic. But I'm gonna get to passive aggressive people. Before I get to blaming people for making me feel how I feel, which is not a real thing because you're grown. You feel how you feel because that's how you feel. We like to put that off on other people, that you made me feel like this. Nobody made you feel like anything. That's another thing too. But when, damn, I lost my whole train of thought because that shit just snowballed in my mind. What was I saying? You don't know? Okay. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. But I was saying something before that. Damn. Oh, yeah, you have to, what I do, you have to vet on the front end. Before I can say this is what you did, that the picture that I painted is accurate, I need to ask a question. I need to clarify. I'm thinking that you was really coming for me. I felt like you were coming for me. I felt like you were being disrespectful. I felt like you were being whatever, right? Is this what you meant? Is this what you meant, right? Give people the opportunity to either confirm what you think or prove you wrong, because the way that you perceive something could be wrong. But some of us be so hell-bent, we so attached to how we see shit, and we see shit wrong. We see shit wrong all the time, but we won't let go of that. We feel like it's our right to see shit how we saw it. We don't want to see it different. We want to see it how we saw it. We don't want to be proved wrong. I'm going to fight to the death for you to see it how I saw it. But that's not actually how it happened. Now, if you know you saw something clearly, it don't matter what people say on the back end. You better trust your damn self and how you saw it, especially when you know somebody's trying to play you. Back to these passive aggressive ass people. I tell you one thing about passive aggressive people, okay? These are the people that, like, they try to say things without saying them. They say things without saying them. Like, you can feel and you can sense, you can read between the lines, like, what they really want to say, but they're not saying it. And they're using this as a way to, like, get a reaction out of you. Y'all never dealt with passive aggressive people? The people that can't just say what they're thinking. They can't just say what's on their mind. They want to say it in a cryptic, like, hidden secret agenda type of way. Y'all don't deal with them? Because to me, those are the people who manipulate the easiest. The people who just, oh, well, you know, I was just gonna, what is it? What is it? Don't dance around the topic. Don't play any games with me. Be straight up. Take the passive part off and just be aggressive with me. Just be aggressive. Just tell me. I don't want to read between the lines. I don't want to sense something that you're not saying, and I gotta dig deep and try to get shit out of you. Or I gotta, put to the back burner what my intuition is telling me that you're really trying to say. I gotta put that to the side. I gotta put it on the back burner and really just, like, play this communication game with you. I gotta fight with you to understand what you're really trying to say, what you really feel. Y'all don't deal with them people? Some of y'all do. Some of y'all are passive aggressive on this here chat. Right, unless you have done the inner work, you can understand what people are in their life. Anger, related emotion, not directly communicating these feelings. Passive. Okay, so I'm not the only person who has dealt with a passive aggressive person. Why? Some of y'all on here, some of y'all passive aggressive, tell the people why y'all want to be like that. Why? I try to self-examine myself every day and try to get better. And to your statement, you are so correct. Thank you for another way to look at the matter. Thank you. Such a big thing for me. It's easier to call someone narcissistic than it is to say I'm responsible for allowing you to keep mistreating me. The person you more than likely isn't narcissistic. You just letting them take advantage. Very much so. And you lack boundaries. And you lack boundaries. A lot of us, we out here, y'all, so hell-bent. You want to keep relationships that ain't serving you. You want to stay around people who are dysfunctional. Because more than people are narcissistic, people are dysfunctional as hell. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Dysfunctional behavior, dysfunctional patterns, dysfunctional, all types of shit. All types of shit. You better let these folks be blessed how they be blessed. You better let them go on. Let them go on about their business. Be blessed how you be blessed. And you go find somebody that's going to make some sense. People that you mesh well with. People that are willing to look at themselves, willing to do the inner work, willing to grow, willing to communicate, all that shit. Because people have a whole lot of patterns. You don't even have to work hard. It's on the surface. They showing it on the surface. It ain't even hard to find. It's really not. I promise it's not. I promise you it's not. Same as something I literally don't tolerate. You're going to have to open your mouth to communicate to me. You got to. Because silent treatment, that's another thing. So being passive aggressive, the people who you got to... Is this what they trying to say? Because between this line, I think they're trying to say this, that, and the third with their tone, with their inflection, with the shit they not saying. Like, what are you really trying to say? That's when you got to be Inspector Gadget. We're not doing that. We're not going to be Inspector Gadget. And we're not going to be Inspector Gadget because you don't want to open your damn mouth because you want to give me the silent treatment. Let me tell you something. You silent treatment me, we're going to stay silent. We're going to stay silent. We're going to stay silent because for me, one, I read something and I was like, damn, I never thought about it like that. I read silent treatment as abuse, as like emotional abuse. And I was like, wow. We often think that abuse is like, abuse has to be something that's so dramatic or so traumatic, and it doesn't have to be that. Emotional and mental abuse is not something that is always like, god damn, like they did what? Silent treatment is abusive. It's abusive because it's deliberate. They are intentionally withholding. You ever dealt with somebody that gave you the silent treatment? You had a conversation, maybe it didn't go well, and you didn't hear from their ass for like a week or something? They're intentionally doing that to cause harm. Is that not abusive? It is. Wow, I never looked at it like that. And a lot of us are out here in abusive situations and we don't understand it because it's not like, because it's not so serious. Like I feel like we've been so terrible at communicating for so long. Like we're desensitized to the shit that just, this, you should not be doing this. Silent treatment, why? Why? I don't understand. We all have, So why is it so hard for us as women to speak our mind about an issue that we may have with a close friend? When it comes to speaking about it to someone who's not involved, conversation flows. Because emotions are involved. When you're talking to a person who is unbiased, who's not in the situation, they're able to listen and their feelings not be involved. Let me tell you something. I'm glad you said that. I was talking to someone and I was telling her she was having a conversation with someone and it was a constant like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I told her, I said, right now, both of y'all are fighting to be understood, that neither one of y'all are putting forth an effort to be understanding of the other person. I said, one of y'all, because you know what happened when somebody says something that we don't like, when somebody says something that we don't agree with, when someone says something that's just 100% wrong, we are ready. I'm ready to respond. I'm ready to prove you wrong. I'm ready to paint an accurate picture for you. I'm not listening to you. I'm not deeply listening to you. That's a skill. It's a skill to sit in front of someone who is experiencing some type of suffering, who has a hurt feeling or whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. I done sat in people's faces who have said things that are absolutely fucking wrong. And you know what I had to do for the conversation to flow? And it wasn't easy for the conversation to flow. I had to sit in my feelings. I had to sit in, that is wrong. How you saw it is wrong. I had to sit with that. I had to sit with you. I'm being blamed for the feeling. It's this, that, and the third. I made you feel like whatever. I had to sit in that for the sake of my intention. My intention was, I want to relieve this person of whatever suffering they are experiencing. They're suffering from something. And in order for me to create a space where I can relieve that, I have to deeply listen. And that means sitting in some shit that is extremely uncomfortable. When you ain't never did it, it's hard as hell to do. But you have to give people the opportunity to speak, and you need to understand. You ain't got to agree with nobody to understand. You don't. You do not have to agree. Somebody can say some shit and you like, I looked at that completely different. You do not have to agree to understand. You don't. You don't have to like it to understand. You just gotta deeply listen and not be ready to respond or refute what someone is saying, what someone feels. It's not your job. That's not your job. For someone to feel understood, you gotta fucking listen. You gotta listen. Because sometimes it ain't always a place. It ain't always time to help somebody see something from your perspective. They do, but sometimes you just got to help people offload the shit that's causing them to suffer. And it's not easy to do. Now, some people, listen, some people you're going to be able to do that, and then the conversation is going to be able to continue to flow. But some people, you're going to do that. I don't give a damn how much you listen. I don't give a damn. They're not going to shift. And you got to be able to discern, like, okay, cool. Regardless of how I'm approaching this person is still not meeting me halfway. This person is not, this isn't going well. And then you got to learn, you got to be blessed how you be blessed. Like, I can't deal with someone who is so immovable from how they see it. You're so immovable from your feelings. You will not look at anything different. Some people are truly planted and rooted and seeing shit wrong. They're committed to misunderstanding. Some people are committed to misunderstanding before they even encountered you. So when they encounter you, they're committed to misunderstanding your ass too. You understand that, right? Some people are that convicted. They've experienced enough where I feel I have the right to see shit how I see it. I have the right to feel how I feel. Nobody has lived my life. Nobody has been through what I've been through. Nobody has walked through what I've walked through to get here. Okay. But yeah, you got to be able to sit in your feelings. That shit ain't easy, man. That shit is so not easy. When I tell you that shit is not easy, that shit ain't easy. When somebody's sitting in your face and the cat is black. I talk about this cat all the time. The cat is black, right? Just imagine this. The cat is black. But somebody's sitting in your face and they are convicted in their soul that the cat is red. And you sitting there like, are we looking at the same cat? So we looking at the same cat? We're not even, then you get a very clear understanding. This is why the conversation don't ever make sense. Because we are both looking at this same thing from two different seats in the house, and we're having two very different experiences. This is why listening to people to understand is so important. You got to listen to people and not to prove them wrong, but to be like, wow, like we really have been living two different experiences. You can be in a relationship, in a friendship, in a family dynamic, whatever. And then when you understand people's perspective, you're like, wow, I just never would have thought that that's how you experienced that, or if that's how you looked at it, because I looked at it completely different. We're looking at the same thing, but we see two completely different things. That's where a lot of conversations, they don't go nowhere. And then we so ready to fight. We in fight mode. Most people communicate in fight mode. You're not communicating. You are in the boxing ring. You got your gloves on. You want to fight. A lot of us have we have addictions to emotionally amped up, emotionally riled up situations. And some people recreate those. We recreate those in our adulthood to bring those feelings back. God bless you. To keep us in that cycle, to feel that high. That's a very real thing. Like some people, it's like a high. I'm addicted to the anger. So I create situations that can rile those feelings up. I'm addicted to whatever the feeling is. Anger, sadness. And sometimes it be a lot of the heavy feelings. It's not the addicted to the good shit. I'm not addicted to the joy. I'm not addicted to the peace. Those are states that we come to, but a lot of us are attached to in ways that we may not understand these heavy feelings. And we recreate those fucking situations time and time again to experience those feelings. We really do. We sure do, which makes communication hard as hell. Hard as shit. So hard. I cannot speak. I can't. I said, no, I don't deal with those people. I can be passive aggressive and aggressive. Just depends on the situation and who I'm speaking to. To me, it ain't never a place to be. It ain't never a place to be passive aggressive. It's just, for me, being passive aggressive, we can hide behind that. We can hide behind that where we don't have to be honest. We don't have to be straight up. We don't have to be authentic in what we think, how we feel, just within ourselves in general. We don't have to be seen fully. We hide behind passive aggressive behavior. Because why would I not just speak truthfully? Why would I not speak honestly? Why would I not show up to be fully seen in my life, in what I feel and what I think? Why would I not do that? It's some type of fear of rejection, fear of whatever, some type of fear is keeping you from being able to do that. There isn't a situation for you to be passive aggressive. Sometimes it might be a situation where you just don't need to say anything, period. True. But not be passive aggressive. Speak your mind. Show up and be seen. Show up and be seen for everything. Subtweeting. I call it subtweeting. You're going to have to at me. If it's not directed, it's not respected. And that's me. If it's not said to me, it's considered unsaid. I don't read between the lines. You're going to have to be straight up with me. I say it all the time. Be direct. If you come to me, I'm not going to read between the lines. I'm not going to do that. Be straight up with me. That's the only mode of communication that I operate in. If you're not going to be straight up, because what? Because if you try to be cryptic or passive aggressive, I'm going to call it out. So what are you really trying to say? What are you really trying to say? What is it? What is it? What is it that you really want? I feel like we dancing around the topic. Let's get to the point. Let's get straight to the point. And that's an Aries thing for sure. I don't do small talk. What do you want? Because we can just get to that. we can cut this conversation short. We ain't got to do all that. Don't subtweet. I'm not even going to respond. Sure won't. Or I'm going to call you out and you're going to be embarrassed. Not to manipulate people, but just trying to figure out how to express myself clearly. Got it. Understood. I'm passive aggressive. I have difficulty working with confrontation. Let me tell you something. One thing that I've learned, communication wise, I had to have my perspective shifted around confrontation or like conflict. One, I'm a very confrontational person, but conflict is probably one of the greatest things in your relationships that could like bring you closer to people. Conflict, being able to healthily work through conflict, is such a great connector with other people. It's such a great connector. So, I mean, with some people, the confrontation is going to turn into a fight, but with some people, it's a great means to connect. It's a great way to draw you closer to somebody. So I get the confrontation. I really do. Because some people, it turns into knockout, drag out, brawl. Like Mike Tyson and Holyfield confrontation. And that's where you need to go. Like if I can't have an effective conversation, if you're not able to sit in your feelings and really understand what I'm trying to say, if you're not able to communicate yourself where I can fully understand what you're trying to say, if you can't take full ownership of your feelings, and then we're able to truly resolve conflict or resolve issues, like, as grown people, what are we doing? As fully grown adults, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where small things turn into huge fucking blow-ups. And now, before you know it, this one conversation, let me tell you something, this one conversations will destroy a relationship. Outright destroy it. It will destroy it and take it to a place where it's not redeemable. Because we don't know how to communicate. We gotta lose people, we gotta lose relationships, we gotta lose connections, we gotta lose things and shit because we can't talk. That is absurd. That is absurd. That is absurd to lose good people, great people, because we can't talk. Because I don't know how to look at myself. Because I don't know how to use proper language. Because I'm misusing words. Because I'm too busy looking at other people instead of myself. Because I'm too busy stonewalling, silent treatment, being passive aggressive. I'm too busy, I'm too occupied with shit that is just... Whew. You know what? Spit it out. I wonder if they are aware of the way they are communicating. And a lot of people aren't aware. A lot of people are not aware. Let me tell you. A lot of people are not aware that they're not good communicators. I have literally talked to some people where I'm like, you know, like it's really, I mean, and I have to say, I'm a stickler. I am a stickler for communicating because, baby, I can talk all day and I'm assertive and I speak my mind. I talk about how I feel, all of that. So I'm a stickler. Like it's a must. It's a non-negotiable for me. Communication is a non-negotiable. And I have talked to several people, and they're just like, I mean, this is the first time that anybody has ever. I mean, they make you think that it can't be them because everybody else thinks that they're a great communicator, and it's just like, I just don't think that anybody else has called you to the carpet. I don't think anybody else has put it into perspective for you. Because to use words in an inaccurate manner, and that's not good communication, because that ain't what that word means. You got to use words based on what they mean. Y'all ain't got to be that loud. I'm trying to have a nice morning, and they want to be loud. Y'all heard that? My God. Wow. But yeah, you can't pick your own definition for words and then expect for people to understand what you're saying. Woo. Some people don't know. LOL. I used to be very passive aggressive. I think I was that way to avoid confrontation. I also think it was because I was emotionally immature, like I wanted to control the situation. Absolutely. Because I was scared of how I would respond if it didn't go my way. Okay. You are walking heavy again this morning. Always. Treat me like an option and I'll show you how many I have. Ooh, God. Yep, and I won't tolerate it. Okay, and you don't have to do nothing to them that you know of. Never thought about that. I appreciate the clarity. I don't hate this. Child, mama is great at this. OMG. We, children, my father, hate it. She says that her silence is because she was taught if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all. To use that bullshit. Just don't tell her that I curse. Yeah, and a lot of us grew up with family patterns that were just dysfunctional. A lot of us come from families where it's like you be silent about it. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't listen. Y'all see my little friend right here? Y'all see how he's shooting a bird? Some of y'all you just need to say it. Even if it ain't nice. You have to understand. You gotta tell people the truth. You have to tell people the truth. It ain't gonna come out nice. It ain't gonna always be nice. But it should always be something that people can trust, even if they don't like it, even if it don't sit well with them, whatever the case may be, because some people are out here. They just out here, child. They out here. And you need to, well, this ain't nice, so I'm gonna just be quiet. No, you're not. No, I'm not. This is not nice. This ain't nice. But I'm gonna tell you anyway, because I love you. I'm gonna tell you anyway because I care about you. You need to fix it, friend. You raggedy friend. You ever had that friend that just won't tell you? I don't know. A lot of us, we want to be emotional regulators. Like if that was a job, some of us would be like 6-figure status with like emotional regulation. You want to keep somebody from feeling like this, so you don't say that. I want to keep this person from feeling like that, so I don't do this. Why? Some of y'all, you filling out this job application for emotional regulator, and you cannot do that. You can do that, but why? So you just not gonna speak your mind because you don't want said person to feel whatever type of way. They gonna feel how the fuck they want to feel, regardless if you say it or not. They gonna feel how they want to feel, whether you do it or not. So why would you make yourself any bit smaller by holding your tongue, or any bit smaller by not doing what you want to do to keep this person from feeling how they feel? You gonna get paid for that job. Y'all know that? Y'all working for free. Y'all working for free. Y'all working for free. And some of y'all are Olympic status emotional regulators. No. Absolutely fucking not. Active listening is a gift. Hell yeah. And not just active listening. Because active listening is like when you give listening cues, where it's like, yeah. Where people can tell that you're listening instead of just sitting there silent and not giving any cues that you're actively listening. Deep listening is a little bit different. Deep listening is different. Because I can actively listen and it still be, I'm trying to refute, I'm trying to respond, because I'm actively listening for that reason too. Oh, I'm engaged because I'm looking for every reason, every avenue, every corner where I can correct you and get you together. And sometimes it's necessary, because I do that. But deep listening is where you want to relieve somebody of their suffering. My intention is to listen to this person so that they feel heard, that they feel seen. There is nothing like it in the world. There is nothing like it in the world when you can sit down and talk to somebody and you feel heard. You can sit down and talk to somebody and you feel seen. And you got to understand that you can be heard and feel seen, and that person still not agree, still see it different, and that's okay. As long as we understand, as long as we're able to use what we have gained, the knowledge that we've learned of the other person, how they process, how they see things, and we can use that to move a little bit different together so that the connection always makes sense. Like, that's that deep listening. Active listening ain't gonna get you there. Deep listening will. Active listening is where, you know what, hell yeah, I'm listening. Because sometimes, oh, I'm listening. Oh, you ain't got the, yes. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. And I'm ready to burn your ass up. As soon as, are you done? Are you done? Okay. Let me tell you what I think. You be ready. Guns blazing. Because what doesn't sit well with me if the fact that you have an issue that you feel you cannot come to me about, and instead you feel okay to just go about things as if it's normal. And you got to understand, Taryn, that, and this was something that I had to understand, because I was faced with a similar thing where people felt as if they couldn't talk to me. And I had to understand the biggest situation I could think about is my little sister. It was a situation with my little sister, and she did not come to me. And what she said, and I had to look at myself. If you ask me, I was a great big sister. I was doing this, I was doing that, I was whatever. I was great, right? I was a great big sister to me. But when it came to the situation, she did not come to me, and I was so upset. And she responded to me and said, I didn't come to you because I felt like you were going to be disappointed. And when she said that, she was 1000% accurate, because that was exactly how I felt. But I put her in a position from our relationship and how I was, moving with her, how I was approaching her. She was right. And I put her in a position where she felt like she could not come to me. And I had to own that. So for some situations, people don't feel like they can come to us because they don't feel we have made them feel like that. I have been moving with this person in this way to make them feel like that. It didn't just make sense. She was right. That was the exact thing that I felt when I finally found out. I was like, fuck, what? I was in tears. I was so disappointed. And I had to eat it. And in some instances, we got to understand how we show up in relationships, how we show up in connections. We don't always make it easy for people to talk to us. We don't. Now, for some people, it's a personal thing. Like, you may not want to talk to me because you're not going to like what I have to say. You don't want to talk to me because you know I'm going to tell you the truth. Because you know how I am. Now, some instances, it's like, yeah, because I can see how you are. I didn't feel like I could come to you because, I've seen you in other situations and you had an attitude and you handled it like this and you handled it like that. So when this happened with me and you, I didn't feel like I could come to you. You got to be able to see that, because sometimes it's right. So it's not it don't sit well with me because you didn't feel like you could come to me. Sometimes they fucking can't. Like, we got to understand that. Some of us think we're so great at things that we're not. We think things should be easier than they are. Like, no, that could be a real thing. Like, are you to figure out what the issue is? Yeah, I feel it. I do. Hold on, I'm trying not to be shy. Perspective is so important when navigating healthy relationships. It only takes one conversation, but people rather assume, blame, and deflect. Right. I'm telling you, man, conversations, communication, lack thereof will destroy the potential great relationships. It will destroy it. I'm not interested in fighting anyone. Maybe that's why I avoid all of that. You can't avoid the fight. You can't avoid conflict. And I had to understand that. But there is a difference between fighting and conflict. And I think that's where a lot of adults don't understand. They can't draw a distinction. Like, every issue, because issues are just going to come up. Every issue turns into a fight. That's where you run into the problem. So I was that person that said, cool, so I have done enough fighting in my life. Fuck this shit. I don't want to have conflict at all. And I had to understand how to reel myself in. Like, conflict is easy. Conflict, it's you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it unless you're just by yourself. Like, that's the only way to avoid it. If you're in relationship, issues are going to happen. If we understand the definition of conflict, it's not fight. Conflict is not fight. There are two different words for a reason. But again, we like to mix things up and make words mean something that they don't. There's nothing wrong with conflict. It actually can be very great. Some of us are tall children, not adults, very much so. Yes, because people don't want to see who they really are. Yep, or communication in a way was simply attacking one another. Yep, and that's where a lot of people are, or victimizing. Yep, a lot of blaming. Because of piss poor communication, we avoid it, and then things pile up and people explode. Talk to me when it happens, not once 5 things have happened. I've said that same thing, where it's like, don't, and then what ends up happening is this person, this goes back to the boundary, right? This goes back to the boundary where we set the boundary. This person doesn't know that they're doing, and I'm just sitting back making a tally. I'm just writing a list, because at this time Kenya did that, and she did this, and she did this, and she did that, and she did that. So by the time I sit Kenya down, I'm talking about the last 4 months, the last 4-5 months, the last 4 or 5 occasions where something happened and you did not speak up. And then you want to make the person that you're talking to responsible for all of this shit. Then when said person gets defensive, that's another communication boulder. You can't expect, if you approach someone like that, you can't expect them, it's very difficult to expect them not to get defensive. I gotta defend myself. What you mean? You got 4 months of material. What you think I'm gonna do? Just sit here and listen to you paint this picture as if I'm so wrong? I'm going to defend myself. I'm gonna ask, why would you not communicate? Why would you not communicate in the moment? Why would you not take the time to process through that and sit me down? Like, why would you not do that? You want to wait until 4 months done pass and now you got to run the laundry list on me? Absolutely not. That's what we're not going to do. What we're not going to do. Yeah, and defensive. I'm glad I said that. I be tapping myself in. Being defensive, because the internet probably going to cut us off, but being defensive, listen, some of y'all, when people give y'all feedback, some of y'all just need to, the response just needs to be silence. You just need to listen. When people are telling you things about yourself, people are taking the time to say, you know what, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Especially when they're coming to you with the what and the why. I want to tell you what, and I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this. I'm going to bring you the what, and I'm going to bring you the why. Like, you got to be able to sit in that too, to hear those unfavorable things about yourself and also not look at yourself in a negative way. You can't fight everything, because sometimes people come to you, they're right, and you don't see yourself clearly. You got to be able to see, you got to be able to take those reflections as they come to you and take them to heart and say, you know what, damn, I did not know that I was coming off like that. I did not know that that's how it looked from the outside. Because I watched TD Jakes said something, I said, damn, that's so accurate. In the room, I can see everything in the room, the floor, the walls, the chairs, the light fixtures. I can see everything in the room except for myself. I can see everything except for me. So because for me, I have trusted people. I have people that I trust, people that I've vetted, people that I've spent years around, that whenever they come to me to tell me about Kenya, I'm going to listen to them, because Kenya can't always see Kenya. There are some people that I trust, hands down, I will not fight them. When they come to me and tell me about me, I'm going to listen. Everybody, you don't listen to everybody though. That's where discernment and vetting is important. You can't listen to everybody because everybody cannot see clearly. So you got to find those clear people that can reflect you back to you. Listen to them. Listen to them. Because you ain't perfect and you ain't always right. Sometimes you are the problem. I was just told that I'm passive aggressive. I'm 50. I didn't know. Man, you got to have them people, but you got to listen. Sometimes you got to take shit with a grain of salt. Because everybody ain't clear. And they trying to tell you that you this, that, and the third. And it ain't accurate. Yes, tell people the truth. Tell them your truth. I'm trying to tell you. Facts, they're going to feel that way anyway. Yep. Their feelings are not your responsibility. They're not. Okay, please stop subscribing to and trying to employ yourself with the emotional regulators. Okay, please stop. It is a grand waste of your time. My ex is an emotional regulator, and I explained to him how it robbed me of my emotional process / growth. Ooh-wee, that's good. That'll preach on today. He saw it as protection and had never considered it as stunting growth. That'll preach. That will preach on today. Let me read this to y'all again. My ex is an emotional regulator, and I explained to him how it robbed me of my emotional process / growth. He saw it as protection. I'm gonna comment on that. And had never considered it as stunting growth. Sometimes people who are emotional regulators, or like people who are like anticipatory of certain things, it's a trauma response. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's a trauma response to try to control how people feel, and primarily, and sometimes it's how they feel about us. They want to control the situation, control other people. It's a trauma response. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to make them feel like this, that, and the third. Being anticipatory to a really high extent, being anticipatory is not good. It's not healthy because you're doing that for a reason. And we think it's because we love people. It's not always from a place of love. Sometimes it's from a place of I'm wounded, and I'm trying to control the emotional climate so that it can appease my feelings. It can appease my pain or my trauma. And a lot of people don't understand it. But that'll preach on today. I ain't gonna hold you. That'll damn sure preach. Woo! I have a difficulty being direct with women. Men, not so much. That's very interesting. Why do you have difficulty being direct with women and not men? I think I'm gonna ask that question on my story. I think that's very interesting. I'm learning to pick my battles at this point. And you want to know what at the end of the day, knowledge is learning how to pick your battles, and being wise about things is learning that there's no need to battle at all. We don't have to battle, period. But when you growing and you learning, like, the knowledge is, all right, cool, I ain't got to fight about everything. Then when it settles in and it's like the wisdom start to kick in, I don't have to battle at all. You on your way, friend? I think some situations grace has to be extended to. Of course. Grace has to be extended at all times. It ain't some situations, it's every situation. It's at all times. At all times. Yes, sir. Okay. The beautiful thing about this topic is all of these issues can be fixed. The more we work on ourselves, the better we will get. I'm trying to tell you. You will lose some of your best relationships, man, when God sends people to help you. You literally, because you do not know how to handle them, because you don't know how to treat them, because you don't know how to handle your damn self, and you don't know how to treat yourself, and you don't know how to hold yourself accountable, you are not in a place of, like, being in control of yourself. You will run off the people that God sent to help you. And God might send some other people, but he ain't going to keep sending the same quality. He ain't going to keep sending high caliber, high quality, good ass people to you for you to keep running them off. That ain't how it's going to go. It can be fixed though. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Carmen. It's the confrontation with women. You're my fave. I love y'all. I love y'all, friends. I really do. I really, really do. I want y'all to go out this weekend and Ooh, child, I don't even know, because the communication shit is just terrible. It's just every week I'm like, wow, like the communication is really, really terrible out here in these streets. Like, how did we get here? I don't understand it. But I love y'all. And at the end of the day, I want y'all to have healthy, thriving, like lush, deeply connected, deeply rooted relationships. Like, I feel like a lot of us experience such high levels of suffering because we don't have that. Because in some sense, feeling alone is not just a feeling, it's a very real thing. But for some of us, it's something that we recreate, that we feel alone, and it is just a feeling, but we make it real. We make it real by not knowing how to communicate, by saying things that hit below the belt, by behavior that's so highly dysfunctional that we don't know how to create safe space for people to be in our lives. We don't know how to create the safe space for good people to be in our lives. And I feel like it's one of the most damaging things that we experience as grown people, that we don't know how to create the healthy space from our own self-worth, from my own healing, from my own expectations that I have of myself, from my own boundaries with the world and the boundaries that I have created that define who I am. I lack those things. So creating that safety is very, very, very hard. It's centered around you. Creating safe space for other people is centered around you. And you have to make that as a grown person. It's necessary. It is necessary. But we all have the right to choose. We all have the right to choose. Whether you are making an active choice to create that safe space, or you are passively choosing not to, you're still choosing. If I don't actively choose to create the safe space, I'm passively choosing to the space that people have in my life. It's too risky. For some people, it's too risky to be connected to you right now. It's too risky to be close to you right now. It's dangerous. For some people, it's just outright dangerous to be connected to you right now. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't beat yourself up, but do the work. Do the work so that you're safe. Do the work so that people being connected to you is safe. Do the work so that you can create safe space for people to be and show up fully in your life. To show up for you in all the ways that you need. Create the space. That shit ain't easy though. It ain't easy, but you gotta create it. Because the good people, the change agents, the people who are like truly transformative, the people who can stand in the gap and show up in those amazing ways, I'm not going to run that risk. I'm not going to run the risk of me putting all of who I am in this situation. It's too risky. It's too risky. I would rather go. I got to go. It's too risky. I got to put the boundaries here. I got to change this relationship. It's too much. It's too risky. Don't be a risk. Don't be a connection/relationship risk to people. Some of y'all, it's risky. It's a gamble. For some of y'all, it's like going to a casino. The relationship and connection with you is like going to the casino. I might win, I might lose. We got to get out of that. We gotta get out of people experiencing us feeling like they're gambling. I'm gambling being connected to Kenya. It's a gamble. I'm risking losing. I gotta risk losing something. I gotta risk losing some piece of myself to be connected to this person. Don't be a gamble. Don't be a risk. Like, be safe. Be a safe bet. Be a safe bet. Be a safe bet that if somebody's connected to you, they're gonna get something that they need. They're gonna get that gem. They're gonna get that good energy. They're gonna get that good word. They're gonna get that good feedback. They're gonna be able to have that healthy conflict. You're gonna tell the truth. You're gonna be honest. You're gonna show up fully. You're gonna be responsible over what shows up in people's life. Not just show up fully. I'm gonna show up fully in your life, but I'm gonna be responsible over what shows up too. I'm not gonna show up however the hell I want to and then blame it on somebody else. Think it's somebody else's fault. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. But I love y'all, friends. I love y'all. Okay? Everyone should challenge yourself to clearly communicate with someone this weekend. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I challenge y'all. Go out here and tell somebody the truth. The challenge, go out here and tell somebody the truth this weekend. That truth you've been holding, because I know you've been holding it. That truth you've been holding. That truth you've been fighting has been burning. The words are burning your taste buds off. Go tell it. Go tell it. Go tell the truth. Go tell the truth today. Go tell the truth. Go live in your truth. And stop, and don't be worried about. All right, there is a way to tell the truth and be honoring. You don't have to go tell the truth and be a douchebag. You don't have to go tell the truth and be an asshole. You can tell the truth and still be honoring. Okay? But tell it. And let how they feel about it be secondary. And sometimes don't be worried about it at all. Okay? What are some books? Ooh, I could definitely send out the books for sure. I'm trying to tell you, go tell the truth on today. Go tell the truth. Go tell the truth, man. Stop passively lying to people. Stop withholding. Go tell the truth. Because y'all holding something. Some of y'all are holding the truth in. You've been holding the truth. And Instagram has not cut me off. That's why I'm still talking. Oh, I'm talking to you? Yep. Go tell the truth that you've been holding on to. Go tell the truth that you've been keeping in. Go tell the truth that you have not told because you're scared about how somebody gonna feel about it. Go tell the truth that you've been holding on to because you're scared about how somebody gonna react to it. Go tell it. What the song say? Go tell it on the mountain. Ain't that what the song say? You ain't got to go to no mountain. It ain't necessary. But go tell it to them. Tell it to them. Because I know y'all, the people that hold the truth, you are presented with the opportunity to tell it time and time and time and time and time again. You got to get out your damn head. You got to get over that fear. Some of y'all, you're not used to exercising your voice. Go exercise your voice and tell the truth this weekend. Okay? The truth shall set you free. It didn't say silence was going to set you free. It didn't say sugar was going to set the people free. The good book said, because they is the Lord. The good book said, truth shall set you free. Not sugar, not silence, not emotional regulation, not fear, none of that shit. Okay? But I love you, friends. Y'all are going to have a great truth-filled weekend. I feel it in my spirit for you guys. And let me tell you something. Once you tell the truth, it becomes a lot easier to keep telling it. Okay? So just exercise that muscle. Telling the truth is a muscle. So you go out here and exercise it, okay? I love you guys. Maybe that's the first step in good communication, exercising your voice. Some people don't know their voice, so they haven't heard it. Yeah, because a lot of us have been silenced. Go speak. Go speak. Talk. Use it. Break the silence, okay? All right, I love y'all. I'm about to sit out here and catch me some more little sun, okay? Got my hair done. Y'all ain't even say nothing about my hair. Y'all raggedy. Y'all don't see me. Ooh. Y'all ain't say nothing about my little parts. Nothing about my little blonde. Y'all ain't good friends. Y'all is not good friends. As I came on here looking blessed, my hair was done today. I even put my do-rag on. Even laid it down for y'all. Y'all didn't say shit. Wow. Okay. Y'all gonna have I still want y'all. I'm gonna still bless y'all. Y'all still have a good weekend, okay? Even though y'all didn't say nothing about my hair. That's fine. Bye. I love y'all. Peace.